District Attorney Michael Allen. If you were here today, I'd tell you straight to your face, as I have no fear, that you are a weak and pathetic man that fails to prosecute criminals across the El Paso County and Teller County regions of this state. Jake Zavala, disabled Colorado Springs fireman. This is our story of survival. December 20th, 2024, my service canine and myself were walking home in Colorado Springs in the Pine Creek neighborhood. We were simply crossing the road, legally using a crosswalk, when a heinous criminal, no other than Daniel Acuna, hit us with his 5,000-pound vehicle at approximately 30 miles an hour, leaving us for the dead. Needless to say, we survived by the grace of God. Shortly thereafter, we tracked Daniel to his residence in Pine Creek neighborhood where he was hiding out. We summoned the help of our peers at Colorado Springs Police Department, and nonetheless were let down by them as they failed to appropriately charge Daniel Acuna and subsequently arrest him. Shortly thereafter, I discovered that the officer assigned to my incident, who violated departmental policy multiple times by his failure to appropriately charge the criminal and additionally obtain my written statement and in-person interview and take appropriate photographic evidence as part of the investigation, was arrested by no other than his own agency, Colorado Springs Police Department, for felony level stalking of his ex-girlfriend, who is also a current Colorado Springs Police Department officer, and also utilizing departmental issued software that us taxpayers pay for to stalk her.
The news has some new information in the case against a Colorado Springs police officer accused of felony stalking. Neil Jackson is accused of using police technology to track his ex-girlfriend, a fellow officer.
I filed an internal affairs complaint with the Colorado Springs Police Department after I was let down by Officer Neil Jackson and his tragic mistakes and outright failures relative to our case, where he was simply more interested in stalking his ex-girlfriend than helping out a Colorado Springs fireman and service canine. Upon these failures catching my eye in the form of multiple police reports that were erroneous in nature, even changing the date on that time-stamped police report, I summoned the assistance of the 4th Judicial District Attorney's Office, overseen by no other than District Attorney Michael Allen. I was promised by Michael's right-hand staff members that they would ensure that upgraded charges were brought forth and justice would prevail for my service canine and myself, as I had given so many years of my life to the communities across the El Paso and Teller County regions. Without further ado, after going through the entire process of providing extensive medical records for both my canine and myself to the district attorney's office, and having sworn statements by our veterinarians and our human medical providers alike, the district attorney's office and Michael Allen himself declined to upgrade the charges against this heinous criminal. Instead, over 365 days later, Michael Allen personally extended criminal Daniel Acuna with a $150 fine, a driving class, and a 6-month no offense period in order to have no record whatsoever of his crimes against Halo and I. Needless to say, when you or your family members called 911, my peers and I always picked up the phone call, and we always showed up to help. When I called the district attorney's office and conversed with them, they hung up that phone. And they shut me down, and they shut down my service canine. And they've done it to thousands of others that don't have a voice, unlike myself. And I'm here today advocating for those with disabilities, those that simply don't have a voice in whatever form or fashion that is, because Michael Allen additionally denied my legal demand that that criminal pay me the hundreds of thousands of dollars in restitution that he owes me, not just for the hundreds of thousands of medical expenses that I've undertaken of myself, but also the $27,000 in veterinary medical expenses just to get Halo to the point where she is today. And also the loss of my career as one of your Colorado Springs firemen. District Attorney Michael Allen, if you were here today, I'd tell you straight to your face, as I have no fear of anything besides letting my peers down and letting the great citizens that I served for many years across this state down. That you are a weak and pathetic man that fails to prosecute criminals across the El Paso County and Teller County regions of this state. You don't only refuse to prosecute criminals that impact everyday citizens, but you also fail to prosecute criminals that viciously attack and harm our first responders. Those very first responders that answer the call every single day of the week, every single day of the year. When you're sleeping at home, we still answer the call. You don't.